Tell Mr. Wilson I'd like to see him. Now.
Who is here to see Mr. Wilson?
Asked a voice from behind them.
Ah, so it's you. What are you doing here? Still trying to sell properties? Maybe you're trying to sell your own property. It is a bit on the smaller side. Do you think my boss would like that? You are a fool.
Mr. Cole, I agree. Do you want me to call the security?
Robert was in no mood to waste any more words on Frazer. He impatiently waved his hand.
All of you, stop.
Shouted a stern voice from nearby.
Mr. Wilson, what are you doing here? Can I help you with anything? Why are you still standing there? Frazer, get lost.
You get lost. You are the ones who should get lost. You fools.
You bunch of idiots. Do you know who he is?
Mr. Wilson, I presume. I hope that you are available to meet me tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning at the sales department of the Philly Group to personally buy from me 100 properties.
No problem, Mr. McMore. I'll be there on
He
time.
mumbled something incoherent about cooking dinner and hurried out. Why would someone of his power need to go home and cook something?
How many times have I told you, knock on the door before you come in? How hard is that to remember?
My wife, can you stop reminding me of the rule?
You know, because I'm your wife, I tried to cut you some slack. You've been working here for 3 months now, and I tried to get your name out there. How many properties have you sold?
Nothing.
You haven't brought in even a single customer. What have you been doing? Sitting around like you're still at home? With the current housing market situation, even a fool would be better than you.
Hearing the volume of his wife's scolding, Frazer immediately closed the door behind him. At the very least, he couldn't let others hear the embarrassing firing he was a victim of.
Why do you even bother shutting the door? Even if you shut the door, it's not like everyone doesn't know how much of a joke you are. I was really blind when I married you.
Natalia's heart ached as she said these words. She felt wronged.
Natalia, it's not that I don't want to work hard. It's that the sales manager always steals my customers. The sales manager hates me. The whole department hates me. From day one, I haven't been able to keep a single customer.
Frazer, how many times have I told you? You need to learn to be objective. Take some initiative and responsibility.
Very well. I'll try harder, I promise.
I don't believe that. I'd rather believe pigs can fly. Look, I'll try to help you out again. I've talked to these 2 clients. You just need to contact them.
Frazer felt a burst of embarrassment, but he was also touched. His wife always had a sharp tongue, but a soft heart. After taking the piece of paper, he dejectedly left her office. As soon as he stepped out of the door, he heard laughter erupting from the previously quiet sales department. A salesperson, Tarzan Linster, quickly grabbed a cloth and passed it to Frazer.
Hurry up and get back to work. You like housework.
Tarzan laughed mockingly at Frazer before saying,
Go ahead and tidy the office. You know, I don't understand you. Director Labels makes plenty of money. She can support you just fine. Why don't you run on back home and get back to your classic housework and cooking? Why are you trying to steal work from the rest of us? You're worthless here.
Tarzan!
Joe Parker, one of the higher-up salespeople, pushed the salesperson away. Frazer didn't trust Joe any more than he trusted Tarzan. Joe always acted as the manager's spy. He had directly taken customers from Frazer on countless occasions.
Come on, Joe, why don't you push him out instead? All you have to do is hit him.
Tarzan had a cruel look on his face and even took a step closer. Frazer was used to their provocation, but it didn't mean he liked it. He glared at the 2 men and headed to his desk. Joe spat out as Frazer walked away.
Is really giving our department a bad name.
What are you laughing at? Go back to work. Come on, guys! I want sales! 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 When the mocking voices faded and everyone started to get back to work, Frazer unfolded the note Natalia had given him. However, just as he was about to call the first number on the list, a large, middle-aged man walked over to stand beside his desk. Frazer peered up into the irritated face of his manager, Peter Earle. Peter glared condescendingly at Frazer before asking,
Macklemore, who gave you permission to use your personal cell phone on company time?
I'm calling a client.
Oh, really? Do you really think that you can succeed in making a sale? Why are you so stubborn? Look at them. They can sell a property every few days. Then we have you. You're worthless. If it wasn't for the fact that your wife is the boss, I would have fired you a long time ago. Do you think you could earn the same salary as those guys for doing nothing? Macklemore, this is your last chance. If you could sell 100 properties by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, then you can stay. I'll even give you a promotion. If you don't, then you have to pack your stuff and leave.
A murmur went through the sales department as everyone heard the almost impossible task on Frazer's hands. Although the employees knew that Peter was determined to get rid of Frazer, they never expected him to be so ruthless by demanding the young man to sell 100 properties in less than 24 hours. The most that the department had ever sold was a combined effort among the entire staff to sell 89 properties in 2 weeks. Selling 100 in a day was an unrealistic goal. News of the challenge quickly spread through the entire building. Soon after, Natalia also heard the news and rushed out of her office. Although she knew that Peter was deliberately making things difficult for Frazer, and she didn't like it, she still greeted her sales manager with a forced smile.
Mr. Earle, don't you think you're being a little impractical?
She asked.
Do you think those numbers are actually...
Don't say anything.
Peter interrupted Natalia coldly.
Director Labels, it was because of this idiot that our sales department became the laughingstock of the Philly Group, and even the entire San Clemente real estate industry. Therefore, I have a responsibility to my team that can't be avoided.
Peter stood up straight and announced,
By 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, if your useless husband can't sell 100 properties, then he'll be kicked out, and you'll be dragged out along with him.
Looking at Peter's malicious smile, Frazer had the urge to punch the man in his smug face. But when he saw Natalia's unsteady feet, he rushed forward to support her.
You all right?
He asked softly. Natalia was still in a daze. She had come to the company soon after graduating from college and had worked hard to reach her current position. Now, in the blink of an eye, it could all be lost because of the ultimatum to her husband. Have all these years of hard work just gone down the drain? She wondered. If I lose my job over this, how will we support ourselves? Will I have to rely on my useless husband? This joke was quickly becoming not funny at all. The more Natalia thought about it, the angrier she got. She almost slapped Frazer.
Everything is going wrong because of you!
Oh, Natalia. What's wrong? You angry again?
Asked a voice from afar. When Frazer turned and saw the young man, his expression darkened. He was dressed extravagantly. Even the sunglasses he wore were worth hundreds of dollars. He was Moss Ferlin, a junior executive of the Philly Group. Frazer had a bad feeling.
Dr. Naples, what's going on?
Moss asked in a strange tone. Before Natalia could respond, Peter stepped up and immediately explained the situation. Moss nodded and agreed, but paused thoughtfully before asking.
But Mr. Earle, aren't you being a little too heartless? Especially involving our lovely director, Naples, in your threat?
Moss thought about it for a while and came to a conclusion, saying,
See, how about this? Let me take care of this little situation for now. Natalia,
So you worked really hard to get where you are with the company. And I appreciate your hard work. You should understand this without me even saying anything. So you have dinner with me tomorrow evening. We're going to discuss how we're going to proceed. Perhaps I can think of a way for you to get a promotion. I think it's supposed to be cold tomorrow. So be sure to bring your stockings.
Frazer wasn't stupid either. He naturally understood the hidden meaning behind the junior executive's words.
Do you think I don't exist?
He could let a lot of things slide, but when it came to his wife and her dignity, there was no way he could tolerate such a behavior. Frazer was about to explode.
Stop it, Frazer. Don't you think you've caused me enough trouble already?
She turned away before anyone could see the embarrassment on her face. She was confused and didn't know what to do. Glancing at Frazer again, Moss grinned. He leaned over and whispered,
Might as well tell you.
And someone like you can't stop me. You simply can't compete.
Moss left with a burst of laughter while Frazer kept his head down. He dug his fingernails angrily into the flesh of his palms. Moss had completely embarrassed him and trampled all over his dignity. Later that evening, after Frazer had left work, he stood on the bridge and watched the flow of traffic below, his mind lost in thought. As his thoughts coalesced, his gaze grew colder and more determined.
No matter how wrong I am, I can still endure it. But if anyone goes after Natalia, all bets are off. I'll personally send them to hell.
He took out his phone, found a number he hadn't used in years, and clicked on the call icon. The phone quickly connected, and an excited voice could be heard from the other end of the line.
When I picked up the phone and I saw who was calling, I couldn't believe it. Is it really you, my young friend? You actually called. Did you know I was...
Frazer interrupted the person on the other end of the line.
Uncle Sam, I'm in some trouble right now. I need your help.
What? Someone's trying to harm you? Of course I can send.
No, it's not that troublesome. I just need money to solve this problem. I need a few $1 million.
Old Sam sighed in relief.
You gave me such a scare. Look, forget about the money. Whatever you need, it's yours. But...
He hesitated.
No need to say anything more. I understand that since I'm asking for help, my decision to separate myself from the family becomes invalid. But I can't return just yet.
Uncle Sam was excited to hear Frazer's words. He had been waiting to hear them for years.
Good. This wouldn't be a problem. As long as you agree to return to the family, everything will be fine. You know, of all the successes for the Macklemore family, the one your father values the most is you.
Frazer became silent for a moment. He really didn't want to talk about this topic. He cleared his throat and tried to get the conversation back on track.
How long till the money gets here? You should still know the private account information, right?
However, Uncle Sam was still going on about the family.
Frazer, I won't hide it from you. After your father found out you were in San Clemente, he secretly purchased the largest company there, in your name. You have plenty of money. You can just go and take over the company.
Hearing that, Frazer pursed his lips. It seemed that even though he had been away from home for many years, his father was still thinking about him. Otherwise, according to the nature of the Macklemore family, they wouldn't have even considered buying a business in a place as small as San Clemente.
You'll also be interested to know that a member of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce has ties to the family, as well as companies and businesses in the local area also having strong connections to the family.
Okay, thanks for the heads up. We'll talk again soon. It looks like the days ahead are going to be far from peaceful.
Members of the wealthy class never seemed to be able to escape from their obligations. Frazer had chosen to leave his family because he didn't want to live a life of deception. But now, he had to face it bravely because his wife was being bullied. After letting out a long puff of smoke, he put out the cigarette and tossed it into the garbage. He then got into his car and drove to a corporate headquarters building across town. It was one of the largest companies in San Clemente, and he had been here many times during the past 3 months because he had been in charge of distributing and putting up flyers. The two women who worked at the front desk always gave him a hard time. Frazer walked into the lobby on the first floor and was immediately noticed by the two women.
Frazer! It's you again. You really have some nerve coming here again and again.
Well, don't come in. You're not allowed here anymore. Look at the notice.
Take a good look.
You've been put on our blacklist, and I designed this announcement myself. How about that?
Frazer craned his head and saw that under his photo there was a short blurb. He read it silently. Frazer, a useless salesperson at the Philly Group, has repeatedly snuck into our office area to distribute unwanted flyers. This worthless person, whose wife has repeatedly cheated on him, is not welcome in the building. Recently, the women's restroom has been subjected to a peeping Tom, and we suspect that Frazer is the culprit. As such, he has been put on the company's blacklist. If anyone sees him on the premises, contact security or a staff member immediately. After reading the description, Frazer frowned and thought, if they don't want me to put up flyers, that's fine, but why drag my name through the mud? Frazer took a deep breath and resisted the urge to lower himself to the level of the two women at the desk. He ignored the notice and said coolly,
Tell Mr. Wilson I'd like to see him. Now.
Who is here to see Mr. Wilson?
Asked a voice from behind them. At that moment, a balding middle-aged man walked out. When he saw Frazer, he heaved a sigh and said,
Ah! So it's you! What are you doing here? Still trying to sell properties? Maybe you're trying to sell your own property. Here's a bit on the smaller side. Do you think my boss would like that? You are a fool.
Mr. Cole, I agree. Do you want me to call the security?
One of the women at the desk piped up. She reached for the desk phone and started pressing the buttons. Frazer said calmly,
Well, you're right about one thing. I am here to sell your boss my home. In fact, I don't want to sell him one property. I'm going to sell him 100.
With that, Frazer took out his cell phone and directly called Henry Wilson, the corporation's president. His tone was full of arrogance as he ordered Henry to meet him in the lobby on the first floor within 3 minutes.
You want to sell the boss 100 properties. I'll tell you what, if you're successful in selling your properties to Mr. Wilson, I will kneel down and I will lick your shoes in front of everybody here.
Robert was overjoyed at the foolishness of the young man. As soon as he said that, security guards rushed in. Robert was in no mood to waste any more words on Frazer. He impatiently waved his hand.
Not you again.
One of the guards cried as he recognized Frazer.
You may have gotten away from us last time, but you won't escape so easily this time.
Both guards advanced on Frazer as they pulled out their nightsticks to give him a beating. He stood and watched them step closer, a somber expression on his face.
All of you, stop!
Shouted a stern voice from nearby. The security guards froze, as did everyone else.
Mr. Wilson, what are you doing here? Can I help you with anything?
Henry's eyes widened in shock when he heard Frazer's name, and he stared at the young man before him. It's him? He thought in wonder. It's really him? Henry snapped.
Get lost. You are the ones who should get lost. You fools.
You bunch of idiots. Do you know who he is?
He looked around at Robert and the others, his expression livid. Frazer jumped in to interrupt. He didn't want too many people to know his identity just yet.
Mr. Wilson, I presume. I hope that you are available to meet me tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning at the sales department of the Philly Group to personally buy from me 100 properties.
Robert stared in shock. Had Frazer really asked his boss to purchase so many properties? He found himself even more startled a few moments later when Mr. Wilson spoke.
No problem, Mr. McMore. I'll be there on time.
The onlookers gasped and murmured to one another. Frazer turned his gaze on the stunned manager. He glanced and saw that it was almost 6. He mumbled something incoherent about cooking dinner and hurried out. Henry watched in concentration as the young man left. Was he actually saying something about having to cook dinner? Why would someone of his power need to go home and cook something? He started to call out the young man questioningly, but saw that he had already sped away.
Mr. Wilson, are you sure about this? This man Frazer, he's not trustworthy. This might be a mistake.
Henry turned his cold glare on Robert.
I think you were the one who's making the mistake. Head to accounts and pick up your last paycheck. You won't be here tomorrow. That's all.
After saying that, Henry left without looking back. Robert watched the president of the company walk away from him. He just fired me, Robert thought in a sullen state. His face paled as he looked around at the two women at the desk. They stared back at him. One of them quickly tore down the blacklist. The remaining fear in their hearts had yet to disappear. Both women were thinking the same thing. Who exactly is that guy? Frazer. The moment Frazer entered the house, Natalia's family was on his case.
Can you see what time it is? Are you deliberately making your family starve?
Asked James, Natalia's older brother and Frazer's brother-in-law. Dorothy, Natalia's mother, who was busy in the kitchen, stuck her head out and said,
You're worthless. You think you're too good to cook for us now? Are you too good for this family?
Mom, I went out for work.
What?
Natalia cried, walking in through the door right behind him. It seemed like she had been crying.
You alright?
He asked.
What?
She snapped. Before he could say anything, she stormed off to the bedroom and slammed the door. Frazer quickly finished preparing the meal before going and checking on her. He knocked and then pushed the door open. However, he found that Natalia had her head down as she was going through her stocking drawer, recalling Moss's words from earlier that day.
So be sure to bring your stock.
Frazer was instantly angered.
Natalia!
He shouted.
What are you trying to do? Are you really gonna humiliate me by accepting Moss's offer? Look, if you want to treat me like a good-for-nothing loser, fine, but don't do it at your own expense and reputation. Are you really gonna betray our relationship?
Natalia was shocked. She gaped at Frazer with her almond-shaped eyes. That was the first time in her memory that Frazer had been angry enough to shout at her. Instantly, a strong feeling of resentment rose in her heart.
Frazer, are you a man or not? You dare to be mean to me now? Have you even stopped to think about why I might be doing this? Are you really so foolish? Do you really think I would need to compromise myself like this if you even had the slightest bit of skill at your job? Was there a need to degrade me like this?
Frazer was silent and lowered his head in shame. Frazer's heart softened and his anger dissipated. He tried to reach out and give her a hug to comfort her, but she pushed him away.
If it doesn't work out, we do as my parents say. We need to get divorced.
No, I won't.
Frazer shook his head stubbornly in refusal. Natalia rolled her eyes in anger. For the past 3 years, Frazer never said no to her except when the topic of divorce came up. In these cases, he would become adamant in his protests.
Natalia.
Frazer began, his tone softer.
I know I've asked you to trust me before. Can you trust me again this time?
Trust you again?
Natalia grimaced. However, when she turned toward him and saw Frazer's serious expression, one that she had never seen before, she swallowed the words that were about to come out of her mouth. She didn't know if it was an illusion or not, but his demeanor gave her a sense of reliability and control.
Natalia, do you still remember the promise that I made to you? The promise that no matter what happens, I won't let you get hurt. Please trust me again. I have a surprise planned for tomorrow.
Whatever you have planned, don't try it. There's no way you'll be able to sell 100 properties. It's impossible. Don't make empty promises. Look, I'm not cheap or foolish. Even if I do meet with Moss tomorrow, I won't let things go too far.
With that, Natalia left the room to eat dinner with the family. She's being naive, he thought. If she has dinner with Moss tomorrow, it will be like sending a lamb into a lion's den. After everyone gathered around the table to eat dinner, Frazer had just grabbed his fork to take a bite of food when Dorothy started to criticize him again. This time, however, she was back to urging him to divorce Natalia as soon as possible.
Frazer, the deadline we set for you is almost up. You haven't even started earning what we asked you to. You're barely bringing in $1,000 a month. That's not enough to support one of you, let alone two.
What? You're bringing home $1,000 a month? That's not even enough for me to buy enough cigarettes to smoke in a month.
Natalia's jobless brother spoke with a look of disdain on his face. He seemed to be forgetting the fact that he himself wasn't working, and he was sitting around all day without any source of income. Natalia asked quietly,
Mom, James, why can't you two just drop it? Let's just have a peaceful meal.
You want a peaceful meal? All right then. It's time for you to move out with your foolish husband.
Haustus was Natalia's father. He had been born into a wealthy family that was successful in business, the Lapels family. However, because of his poor ability, he had been kicked out of the family's main business 10 years ago and was given the job of managing an ailing company in San Clemente, also owned by the Lapels family.
What? Dad, are you joking? You want us to move out? Why?
Your brother. He had a hard time to sort out this marriage. And his fiancée has said that she doesn't like the number of people living here.
Dad, you...
Let me finish. I had a serious thought about that. Your sister in college, she has been living there for a long time. You're doing quite well. So why can't you rent an apartment for the two of you?
Natalia was enraged. She slammed her hand on the table and asked,
Why should we? This place is 2,000 square feet, so why can't it accommodate the two of us? That woman is asking for too much before she's even married. She's way too overbearing.
James immediately tried to protect his fiancée.
Natalia, be careful, okay? She's your future sister-in-law, okay? So change your attitude. Just because you're married to a loser, you think that the entire family will support you?
Enough.
Finally, Haustus intervened.
Your mom and I only have one son. And we're leaving this house to him.
Natalia, you're earning quite a bit now. It's more than enough to support yourself.
Dorothy chimed in.
You're being ungrateful. I might have earned a lot, but I've paid more than my fair share into this family.
Seeing that his wife's anger was building to a dangerous level.
Oh, you don't argue with them. It's fine if we have to find our own place.
James looked appreciatively at Frazer. Previously, he was worried that Frazer was only after a stake in his inheritance.
You're pathetic. You're the one who said that I shouldn't allow myself to be bullied. You're just too weak.
She angrily left the table. Frazer followed her, and soon Natalia's indignant voice could be heard again as she continued to berate her husband. James didn't take it to heart, but when he saw that his parents seemed pretty disappointed, he said,
Dad, Mom, just don't worry about it. Let's just eat.
Later that night, Frazer got up from bed, walked over to Natalia's bedside. He felt sorry for her when he saw that she was still frowning, even though she was asleep. There were traces of tears on her face.
Natalia, moving out of here will be fine. Don't worry.
Mose? Mose! Mose!
Yes.
Are you alright?
Mose, the creepy executive at Philly Group, was obsessed with Natalia, the business director and troubled wife of Frazer, who was given an impossible challenge of selling 100 properties within 24 hours. Peter, the manager, was itching to kick Frazer out of the company.
Let's not waste time, Frazer. Your stuff's already packed. Get lost!
Hold that attitude. There's still time. Huh. Hold your wife's hands before I steal her away for the time of her life. Get ready, Natalia.
Don't get too ahead of yourself, you...
Come on! Accept your defeat. You're dead. Unless God himself walks in and buys 100 properties in the next 5 minutes.
God! Maybe someone like God.
Right on cue, 4 bodyguards walked in the middle of the Philly Group's office, guarding the president of the biggest corporate in town, Mr. Henry Wilson, and he had an announcement to make.
I want to buy 100 properties, right now.
Of course, Mr. Wilson. I have been waiting for you.
Mr. Macklemore, why are you—
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson immediately realized what the game was. It wasn't every day that someone as big as Mr. Frazer Macklemore dressed up as a salesperson and fooled the crowd. Mr. Wilson played along.
Ah, yes, Frazer. Apologies for being late.
What the hell is he doing here, Peter?
I have no idea.
Go attend to him before this ruins it for us.
Ah, Mr. Wilson. My apologies. What a pleasant surprise. 100 properties. Have I heard that right?
Yes, and right away.
Of course, sir. Just a moment. Frazer, go arrange for some coffee in my cabin for both of us and leave the business to us big boys. Off you go.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, sir. He's just—
Who the hell is in charge here?
Good morning, sir. This is Mose Ferlin, the executive of Philly Group, and—
Cut the— I want this man gone right now.
Sir, may I ask why?
Get him out or get out, Mose.
Of course, sir. Yes. Peter, get your stuff and get out of here right now.
But sir, all these years
It's all business, Peter. And I'm a businessman. Don't make me call security.
Mr. Wilson's bodyguards dragged a pleading Peter out of the building. Everyone around was stunned in silence. It was rare to watch bullies get their due.
Let's get back to business, shall we?
Yes, sir. 100 properties. We'll get on it right away.
Not you. I want these sales to be credited to Frazer.
It would be an honor, Mr. Wilson. Thank you.
So on that note, Mr. Mose Freeland, why don't you apologize to the best salesman in the office? In front of everyone.
I would never.
Never say never. Like you said, it's business, Mose. Or I could call your father, Mr. Victor Freeland.
Victor Freeland was the head of the Philly Group and a dear friend of Henry's father. Mose knew that this could jeopardize his dream of taking over his father's company. Everyone in the office took out their phones to record this momentous event. Mose had no other choice but to swallow his pride.
Mr. Frazer, on behalf of the Philly Group, I apologize. Louder! Couldn't hear you, Mose. I don't have the whole day. Hurry up! Sorry. Sorry for everything. Thanks for making our biggest sale. And the last sale. Yes, I officially resigned from your company. My love, please join me. I promise, Natalia, you won't regret it.
Let's go, Frazer.
That's my wife. Lower your eyes, you. You'll never have her. She's mine, and you better get that right.
Frazer hit Mose right where it hurt, and it couldn't get worse for Mose. He was trending on social media for all the wrong reasons. He became a laughingstock for apologizing to a subordinate, and he, of course, took it personally.
Sorry, Father. Please, it won't happen again. Trust me, I won't disappoint you.
Sir, your drink.
You— How dare you make me wait? Pour the drink now. Gary, so glad you're here.
Yeah, I saw what happened.
Frazer, that... He made me, Mose Ferlin, apologize. Here's your latte, Mr. Wilson. Thank you for not revealing my identity.
No problem, Mr. Macklemore.
Please, call me Frazer. I want you to do a few more favors for me.
Of course. Please, don't hesitate.
First, I need a separate house for me and my wife. I can't stay with my in-laws forever.
Give me a week. I got the right place for you. What else?
Need some money for now. I will balance it later.
Don't worry, Frazer. All the money I have is because of your family. It's yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson.
Anything else?
One last thing.
Yes?
Get my wife a job at your company.
Yes, it's me. Yeah, I'm alone right now. It's surprising for me, too. Well, I don't know how Frazer did it, but at least he didn't lie to me this time.
Just then, the door opened, and to Natalia's surprise, it was a shining black limo standing outside her house. In front of her stood Frazer, leaning against it.
Whose limo is it?
Yours. It's yours.
What do you mean, Frazer? I walked out of the office with you thinking you have sorted it out finally.
I know. Believe me, I got this.
How? By splashing money on unnecessary things?
It's not unnecessary. It's your dream car. And don't worry, I have more sales lined up. Let me get you a drink. Sit back and relax, my love.
So you remember Han?
I never forgot, Nat. All those years, I saw you go through so much trouble for me. Now, it's time to say goodbye to your worries and smile. You deserve it.
They hopped into the limo, and Frazer poured Natalia's favorite wine as they drove around the city. But as soon as they reached back home, their happiness was crushed.
What's that?
Oh no, it's our stuff on the porch.
Looks like your father has finally kicked us out of the house.
Natalia was in a state of shock after her own father kicked her out of their home. With no job and her own home, can Natalia depend on Frazer completely? Does Frazer really have everything sorted out like he claims? How long can Frazer hide his true identity?
Mom and Dad will be so excited to see your new limo. What the? What's our stuff doing here? No way, this can't be true. Is my family really gonna kick us out in the middle of the night?
Why are you acting so surprised, sister? We had already given you and your husband an ultimatum yesterday. How long will you stay in someone else's house?
That someone else is my family, and I have contributed so much to this house. You know we're leaving anyway, so why rush to throw us out? Dad, please.
Sweetie, don't be offended, but Pearl's coming to see the room in 2 days, and we need to match up to her standards, or she may reject our son for the wedding. I don't want to disappoint our son.
And what about your daughter? These people are ridiculous. Don't worry, darling. We will find a way out. From now on, I promise our lives will only get better.
Better? On a scale of good to best, your standard of living is disastrous. Come on. Why make false promises to my sister? Natalia, I pity you.
Pity yourself. A blindsided man like you will always see the glass half empty.
Let's leave, honey.
Let me help.
No need, Mom. You go and enjoy the TV with Dad.
At least let me call you a car.
We already have a car. From now on, there's nothing we need from this family.
Car? Did I hear that right?
Natalia's family was starstruck to see such an expensive car. They couldn't believe that the car they had already seen in pictures was standing right in front of their eyes.
Natalia, where did this come from?
Honey, why don't you take out the title and show it to my mother?
Are you saying that you own this car?
That's right.
I can't believe it! This is my dream car! Pearl wanted me to buy this for her. How the hell did this get to drive such a luxurious car?
From where I stand, you are the one who dreams of having it, while I actually own the car.
No way! All these years, you've barely given anything to Mom and Dad. And now, all of a sudden, where did you get so much money from?
Well, maybe from breaking a record.
Record?
Today, my husband sold 100 properties within 24 hours. Then, he surprised me with this luxurious dream car. Now, you can go back inside and burn in jealousy.
The news of Frazer's success hit Natalia's family like a slap in the face.
Come on, honey. It's time to go.
Wait! All these years, you've been living in our house, eating our food and taking up space without giving anything in return. You can't be so shamelessly ungrateful to our family.
What do you mean?
You two need to leave, but the car stays here.
No way! That's not fair! Mom, Dad, just for once, can't you stand up for me?
Mom, Dad, think carefully. If I have this car, it'll make you look high class too. And if Pearl's family knew about it, they would be mighty impressed with me.
Eustace and Dorothy looked at their son thoughtfully. After Natalia married a pauper like Frazer, they were desperate to get James married in a wealthy family to uphold their family status.
Come on, Dad, Mom, don't you care about me?
It's okay, Natalia. He's your brother. It's only right that you help him out a little bit.
This car costs more than he makes in a year. This is no different than stealing.
Natalia, just give your brother the car. Your husband made a big commission today. He can make another one. It's time you finally contributed to this family.
Over my grave.
How dare you! If you don't do as we say, you're no longer a part of this family.
Natalia was deeply hurt. She wanted to blast at her parents, but before that...
No need for that, please. Here, take the keys. From today, the car is yours. Show off in front of your future wife, James. I am not afraid of hard work. Come on, Natalia. We are leaving.
When you find a place to stay, let me know. I'll send you a thank you card.
Morons. How could they do this to me? And you. How could you let them do this? I finally thought you were worth something, but again, you proved me wrong.
I will always prove our love right. Have faith in me.
Frazer knew that saying anything more would only add fuel to his wife's anger. But when he heard her talking to someone on the phone, he turned to her.
It's okay. Sure.
Come on, I have got us a place to stay.
Natalia and Frazer arrived at her friend Sheila's house.
Look at you, Frazer. I heard you sold 100 properties, got Peter fired, and then quit your job. What the heck? For a moment, I felt a slight respect for you. But you proved again that you are nothing but a...
I am letting you humiliate me because I know you care about your friend who happens to be my wife. And that's all that matters to me right now. Seeing Natalia happy.
At least we agree on something. Anyway, I have made the sleeping arrangements. Natalia will sleep with me in my bedroom. You're going to sleep by yourself in the spare room.
That's all right. It's a matter of one night.
What kind of husband is he? How can he be so okay with not sleeping with his own wife?
The next day, James took his new car out for a cruise. He parked the car down the street from Pearl's home.
Pearl, I know you've wanted to go car shopping lately, and I have a surprise for you. You're going to be so excited when I show you that you won't be able to sleep tonight.
Are you serious? You'd better not be kidding. You know that my parents are already not very fond of you.
Get down and see it yourself. My car!
James's smile washed away when he saw a huge truck heading straight toward him. He froze for a split second as it became apparent that the truck wouldn't stop. He scrambled out of the way just in time to hear a loud crash behind him. As he watched in horror, the truck turned and then drove forward again, ramming into the car again and again until the brand new car was turned into a twisted pile of scrap metal.
You destroyed my car! You're going to pay for this! I'm suing you for your license and all your worth!
Look around, there are no street cameras here, no witnesses. And if you don't get away from me, I'll crumple you like a tin can too. It's taken care of.
Well done. Now James will know what it costs to mess with my wife.
The truck was long gone by the time Pearl walked down the street. She saw James sitting on the curb with a smashed car behind him.
James, is this supposed to be some sort of prank?
Pearl, there was a truck! It came around the corner and smashed the car and then...
You expect me to believe that? You're nothing but a liar.
After Natalia had finished the exit paperwork from the Philly group, she got a call from Robster Corporation for an interview. On the day of the interview, Frazer insisted on accompanying her to the corporate headquarters.
Where do you think you're going? You can't follow me in. Look at you, you're not dressed professionally. And if they see you, it's going to make me look bad. This job means a lot to me.
I know that, so I want to be there for you. You're nervous, so I wanted to come along and cheer you up.
I was one of Philly Group's top salespeople. Why would I be nervous? Don't follow me. And you might want to look for a job yourself. You can't just sit at home.
Frazer already knew what the outcome of the interview would be, so he didn't force the issue and decided to head back home. Natalia entered the interview room. Despite what she had told Frazer, her heart was in her throat. The interview panel consisted of 2 men and a woman. Natalia could tell from the way the woman held herself that she was the decision maker of the group. Placing her resume on the table, she tried to put up a picture of a confident, professional salesperson.
You're not the right fit. Next.
I am more qualified than 90% of the candidates out there. How could she eliminate me just like that? May I ask why?
You don't remember me, do you?
I don't understand. Have we met before? Did I do something to offend you?
I guess the ghost of your past is here to haunt your future.
Natalia's hopes of securing the job seemed to be fading. What is the relationship between the female interviewer and Natalia? What will James do now to impress Pearl?
Hi, babe. What's taking you so long?
Frazer, come quickly. Please help.
Oh, you're smart, aren't you?
Hello? Natalia? Hello?
Frazer tried calling his wife, but her phone was switched off. He felt a knot in his stomach, worrying about his wife. He called up Henry.
Natalia has gone missing. Find out where she is.
I know, Mr. McElmore. Was gonna call you. Gary Mendez and his gang picked her up outside her office. Frazer grinded his teeth and clenched his fists.
Get me the location. Now!
You should really try these wings. They're the best. Oh, my bad. How can you eat with those gags around your mouth?
A mix of snigger and hooting came from Gary's men. They were eyeing both Natalia and her friend Sheila like wolves eyeing their prey.
Hey, you, new guy. What was your name again?
It's Ryan, boss.
Did you call Moz to tell him we have the girls?
Yes, boss, he's on his way. He'll be here in 30 minutes.
What? 30 minutes? I can't wait that long. Who does he think he is?
Gary stood up forcefully and let out another burp. Natalia and Sheila felt disgusted and tried to break free from their bonds.
Well, I guess then I can start my fun with them before he gets here.
Boss, I know I'm new, but these are innocent women. We can't do that.
Without warning, Gary punched Ryan straight in the face. The young boy fell back from the blow, and Gary came to stomp on him a couple of times. He asked his men to tie him up. Then, he turned towards the women again.
Now, where was I? Sorry, darling. Are you trying to say something? Come, let me help you.
Gary pulled Natalia closer. He was a creepy monster who was lustfully eyeing Natalia. She started to sob when the door to the warehouse was kicked open with a wham, and a masked man stood there. It was Frazer.
This guy must have a death wish or something. What do you want, freak? Come and get me then!
All the men charged at Frazer, but it was as if Frazer could predict all their attacks before they happened. He moved quickly, and his blows were lethal. Most of the men fell instantly, some of them mortally wounded. Natalia and Sheila witnessed this bloody battle with horror and shock. Finally, there was only Frazer and Gary Mendez standing in front of each other.
Who the hell are you? Remove your mask before I make you beg for your life.
Say goodbye to your life.
Frazer turned to look at Natalia and saw a bruise on her face. He clenched the iron rod even harder. Natalia could not help but feel a little familiarity to the man's entire demeanor. Frazer took the rod and swung it hard across Gary Mendez's face. The big man immediately fell down on the ground. Frazer quietly turned around and walked out of the room, but before leaving, he untied Ryan from the floor and took him along.
Oh, you're younger than I thought.
Listen to me. You looked like you were one of Gary's men. Why were you tied up?
I I tried to stop him from hurting the girls.
Really?
Yes, sir. I may be in the mob, but I have certain principles.
A man of honor. I like that. Will you work for me?
For you?
You are the new leader of this gang, and you will report to me. Is that clear?
I can't. I mean, yes, sir. Consider it done. Yes.
Good. Now get out of here. I'll be in touch.
Ryan scrambled out of the warehouse and could not believe what just happened. He did not know who this man was, but he had no problem serving under him. At the same time, Mose entered the building while whistling a tune. He was overjoyed that he would finally have his chance with Natalia, but the last person he had expected to run into was her husband.
You? What are you doing here?
My wife. I am here for her.
Oh, you're being a hero. Are you going to save her? Poor Natalia. Come, let's see how you save her.
Mose and Frazer walked inside the room where Natalia and Sheila were still tied up. But what Mose had not expected was to see the carnage in front of him.
What? What happened here?
The room was littered with bodies, bloodied and bruised. On the far end, Gary Mendez lay motionless. Frazer turned Mose around and held his collar.
What were you saying?
Frazer!
Frazer quickly went up to Natalia and freed the two women. Sheila started to run for the doorway immediately.
Sheila, where are you going? I need to thank the mysterious masked man. He saved our lives.
As Sheila ran out, Natalia went up to Mose and slapped him hard on the face.
How dare you?
I should be doing much worse than that, you.
You don't know what you've done.
Mose raised his hand to strike Natalia, but before that could happen, Frazer had kicked him hard in the stomach.
Let's get out of here, Natalia.
Could it be that Frazer was the man who saved us? He does match the height and stature, but how in the world could he do that? Frazer does not know how to fight like that. I've never seen him even hurting a fly. I must be mistaken. It can't be Frazer.
Are you feeling better?
It will take a few showers to wash away the disgust from my body, but yeah, I'm better.
Natalia noticed Frazer had a big bruise on his head.
Frazer, what happened to your head?
Oh, nothing. I banged into a wall. In the warehouse. You know how I am.
Really? Okay.
Natalia again brushed aside the thought that her husband could be the man who took on an entire group of thugs and won.
Listen, can you pick up Sheila from college tomorrow?
Frazer smiled at her.
Do you even need to ask? Hey, Lynn, how have you been? How's college?
Can we not talk, please? Just take me to my sister.
Frazer smiled at her.
As you say, boss.
I don't know what she saw in you or what she still sees in you. I hope you know that.
Loud and clear.
Frazer, Natalia, Lynn, and Sheila were having lunch at an expensive Michelin star hotel. Natalia wanted to treat her sister because she was meeting her after so long. When Frazer arrived outside the hotel, Lynn quickly got out and did not wait for him to even finish parking. She went inside and saw her sister with Sheila.
I have been waiting to meet you for so long, sis.
You're finally here!
This warm reunion was not going to last long, though. Just as Lynn took her seat, a waiter bumped into the table and poured wine all over Lynn's dress. Some of the stains fell on Natalia as well. I am so sorry. Please, I did not mean to do that.
Don't worry, it's not your fault.
What's the matter? Is everything okay?
Yes, it's just some wine. Nothing to worry about. He did not mean it.
You fool! Get out of here! Go away! Please, let me get you a few side dishes as a way to compensate for this.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Soon, some of the most expensive dishes of the menu, including caviar and lobster, were served to the table. There was also a bottle of their finest wine sent to them. When Frazer arrived at the table, he was shocked.
Why have we ordered such expensive items?
As Frazer sat down, he could not help but think that there was something fishy going on. From an adjacent room of the restaurant, a woman looked at the table with a gleeful expression on her face. The manager was standing next to her.
Did I do it the way you wanted, madam?
You did well. Natalia and her entire family will have to pay for what she did to me in high school.
What plan does Krina have in mind? Will Natalia and Frazer be able to get out of it? After Natalia fell into her evil nemesis Krina's trap, she, along with Frazer and Lynn, were hit with a humongous bill for having all the expensive food they thought was free.
Natalia, get ready to pay or face the consequences.
What's going on here, Krina?
Mr. Scott, glad you're here. These petty customers are refusing to pay the bill. They just couldn't afford us.
As Krina hoped her boss, Mr. Scott Vieira, would back her up, Scott's gaze landed onto Frazer. Like every other prominent figure in the business, Scott recognized Frazer instantly.
Are you sure, Krina? Take a closer look.
I know how to get money out of such people, Mr. Scott. Leave it to me.
You are too foolish to not recognize this man here. Before you embarrass me further, get out of this restaurant.
What do you mean? I'm a McKinsey.
You are fired. We can't afford you. Mr. Macklemore, I am terribly...
Thank you for coming to our rescue. I will not forget this.
Within no time, Scott knew what Frazer was playing at. Sheila and Lynn wondered how in the world could someone like Scott know of Frazer. Watching the dramatic scene unfold was Krina, who still couldn't believe what had just happened.
I will not go down without a fight, Scott. Brace yourself for what's coming next.
Krina, stop.
Huh, you realized so soon.
No, I never asked you to leave just yet.
I don't work here anymore, but I appreciate the audacity.
Mr. Macklemore, what do you think we should do?
Well, this whole thing started with the bill, right? Krina, why don't you settle the dues once and for all?
How dare you?
Security, make sure this woman does not leave the premises until the payment is done.
Krina glared in frustration. For the first time, she faced the wrath of Frazer's power, and it came at a cost. A huge cost. Cornered by Frazer, Scott, and the guards, Krina had no choice but to pay.
Thank you, Krina. Now would be the time for you to leave.
That was well handled, Frazer. Do you want to tell me about Mr. Scott?
Scott here, we were...
in college together. All I can say is Frazer saved my life.
Is it? Strange how I never heard about it.
He must have forgotten.
As long as I have known him, he wouldn't stop bragging about it.
Everyone broke into laughter after Natalia cheekily pulled Frazer's leg, and Frazer realized after what he did today, everyone respected him even more. They all chattered for some time, but they were totally unaware they were being watched.
The time is right. Make your move and show them who is the boss.
Days went by, and everyone went back to their routine lives. Over the weekend, it was Lynn's birthday, and Natalia planned to surprise her by cooking her favorite meal. But hours went by, and Lynn was unreachable. Natalia became worried.
I am sure she is fine.
Lynn never misses any calls. Something is wrong.
Wait a minute. Lynn, it's Lynn. Hello, where are you? We are waiting for you.
Frazer, I am trapped in the fisherman's bar.
What's wrong?
Ha! She got a flat tire. That girl never carries a spare one. I will go get her.
Frazer knew that the last thing Natalia wanted to hear was that Lynn was in trouble, and she definitely was. But Frazer decided to face it alone.
Lynn, are you all right? Talk to me.
Frazer, come! Frazer, I am trapped! Save me! Hello? Frazer?
Open up, Lynn! Nobody's coming to save you!
Lynn had locked herself up in the restroom from an angry mob of Sharon's friends out there. Leading the charge was Sharon McKinsey, Lynn's school rival, and more importantly, Krina's younger sister, set out to avenge Krina's humiliation by Frazer a week ago.
You want to do this the hard way, then?
No, wait. Let's talk. I am coming out.
Look who is out finally. Let's have a drink. Do you know how much that wine costs in your hand?
Not interested.
I spend thousands of dollars on the food and wine. Not a big deal for me, really.
What do you want, Sharon?
Since you have spoiled everyone's party tonight, this party's on you. Bill, please.
Lynn was utterly embarrassed by the humiliation. She never had the money to cover this, nor could she think of a way to get out.
Unless...
What now?
Only if you finish the whole bottle in one go.
That's absurd!
Let me raise the stakes. Anyone who makes Sharon drink the bottle will be paid tonight.
Sharon's friends rushed upon hearing the offer with only one thing in mind, gushing the wine down Lynn's throat.
No! Stay away!
Stop!
Is he your brother-in-law, Lynn? What a...
Let's see who ends up being the...
Get out of here. This is my party.
I am here for Lynn, and I am not leaving without her.
Well, in that case, you have to play by my rules. Pay the entire bill, or drink up all the wine on the table. Simple.
The atmosphere was tense. Sharon called her bodyguards. Lynn made her way through the crowd and hugged Frazer in fear.
What should we do?
I know what to do. Can we have the owner of the bar here, please?
Huh? What are you gonna do? Give me away?
What's the problem here?
I want to pay the bill for Miss McKinsey here.
Don't think you get what's going on here. It's thousands of dollars, not some petty cash.
Frazer nonchalantly handed over his card to Walter. Instantly, the payment was done. The crowd was shunned into silence. Sharon was flabbergasted, but Frazer wasn't done yet. He whispered a few words into Walter's ears.
Right away, sir. Miss McKinsey, your rental is due for the last 2 parties. Please, pay up immediately.
How dare you humiliate me in front of my friends? I am from the McKinsey family. You think I can't pay such a petty amount?
Sharon had no doubts about the money in her bank, but little did she know, she was falling right into Frazer's trap. Before arriving at the bar, Mr. Wilson had informed Frazer that the McKinsey Group had gone bankrupt.
Ma'am, the payment has been declined.
What the I have millions in the bank.
Maybe you should check with your father. You all will be living in the streets soon.
Call in the cops. Miss Sharon is going nowhere.
In yet another display of power, Frazer proved that he can't be messed with. How will the McKinsey family take this humiliation? Has Frazer become invincible now?
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.